Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wind Waker. We stopped the last episode near Rockspire Isle, and the reason I stopped was because there's these towers here in addition to an actual thing onto the island itself, and so I figure we should start off by taking care of all that. If I remember, this one was a little, ooh, where did those rupees come from? I don't know. Maybe there's an enemy up there that I accidentally knocked over the edge or something. Whatever. Anyway, I remember there's like... This is one of those where you have to start on one platform and use the leaf and the cyclone that we saw floating around there. Yeah, that one. And we have to use those to get around these different platforms. But shouldn't be too big a deal. I don't remember what is actually what is here though, so hopefully it's something good and worth all this trouble. Did this cyclone mess up the bomb's trajectory? That's what I think that's what happened. Well, regardless, we got the treasure chest, and I think let's go to the upper one, like the higher one first. And then if we get the wind right, I guess maybe we can go to the lower one? Well, I guess we should be able to do that anyway. We can just get back to the middle one and then go to the lower one. So, yeah, let's do that. But first, let's take out these guys, just in case they also have a treasure chest somewhere around here. Oh, there is a treasure chest. Okay, cool. Maybe I should have left those those pots intact for the magic. Oh well, not a big deal. Red rupee, great. Okay, I mean, I guess I didn't have to fight particularly hard for that one chest, so whatever. Alright, here goes nothing. Yeah, it seemed to go alright. Easy. Bye. Oh, wow, I nearly messed it up there. It's fine, though. Yeah, I kind of think there may have been a third Bokoblin there. And that's who I knocked over the edge. Hey, okay, that's nice. I knocked him over the edge, and that's where those 2 green rupees in the water came from. Rip that guy. Yeah, with the upgraded magic meter, this isn't so troubling. Although, I might want to hit the cyclone anyway, just to be sure. Yeah. Better safe than sorry, I think. Cool. Well, this one only has 2, and it didn't have mysterious ocean root. Whatever. It's really not worth worrying this much about it. It's just a little weird is all. I don't know. Zelda games do be like that sometimes. Okay, it's not bad. Man, I remember at the start of the series, I was saying that I wasn't going to do this. I was only going to go for heart pieces and stuff. And in retrospect, I probably should have looked up which of these platforms actually has a heart piece. But I don't know. I think, you know, I don't think people will mind very much. My goal with that was just to, like, more pragmatic than anything. It's like, I don't want to go out of my way for golden feathers or whatever, but I'm not going out of my way. I'm just doing a thorough search. So I don't mind so much, and I hope you don't mind so much either. And probably not that big a deal. So next up is we break down these rocks. Is there a purpose to the little one? I don't know. Maybe that's where the red rupee came from. Alright, sweet. Did we buy out all of Beetle's stuff here? I feel like we did, but I want to confirm that real quick before we... Oh, but if I do, it's gonna... You know what? Let's just do the island puzzle first. I figured if we go into Beetle Shop, it might reset the rocks. And we can just go and talk to Beetle when we're on our way out of the island anyway. There's a sign here. What does this sign say? Reach Western Fairy Isle, head west from here. Okay, thanks. This looks like it's going to end up being a... Oh, you know what? I think when I light these torches, they're going to be a big old swarm of bats. Geese. Not bats, they are geese. But they're bats, though. Yes! Okay, yeah, I do remember this one. Alright, well... That's fine. Geese are not a big deal. Wow, Keith dropped a party ball, huh? I don't know what these are actually called. I've always thought of them as party balls because they remind me of the little party ball from Smash Brothers. You know the ones. They like float up for a sec and then drop a whole bunch of items on your head. Those are fun. But yeah, I don't know what they're actually supposed to be. Just item crystals? Whatever. They will forever remain party balls in my mind. Did one more spawn? Nope, I guess I just missed him before. Alright, sweet. Okay. Again, I'm not going to say no to that. As far as the treasure charts go, on the note of accidentally getting all the useless items scattered around the platforms, I guess what I had intended when I said I wasn't going to go after 100% was like, I'm going to keep finding, I'm going to like, every time, yeah, okay, it's, like I said, rocks would respawn when I entered the loading zone. Okay, well, I'm glad I made the choice that I did. But anyway, I'm every time I encounter a treasure chart, and I'm just going to open it and imagine it's going to be a heart piece until we have all the heart pieces. Because, like, once I get all the heart pieces, I'm especially not going to, like... the situation I wanted to specifically avoid was, you know, I get a treasure chart for an island that we've already been to, and then I have to go back and, you know, get the treasure after the fact. But it occurs to me that even that might not save us, because if I don't have all the treasure or the heart pieces, then it could be in one of those. But whatever. I think the main point here is I'm going to get all the heart pieces. That's my main goal. I feel like if this were a silver rupee, they wouldn't be so ballsy as to charge 900 rupees for it. I feel like this is going to be a heart piece. So, better safe than sorry, I think, because I don't want to discover that it's a heart piece after the fact. And then have to go and find it. Okay, as far as I can tell, we've gotten everything at the Mother and Child Isles. I'm pretty sure we got the treasure chart chest here, so I'm not worried about that. We've got the fish already. So yeah, that's basically done. And this island is not done, however. Is this the... Yeah, this is the cannon minigame. I know the trick to this one, so this one should be fairly easy, I think. Yeah, sweet. That feels pretty good when you manage to land right on top of it and get it on your first try. It's not that difficult, but it feels good. Sweet. Yeah, I'll take that. Hey there, buddy. I imagine you're closed for the evening. Already closed for today. Come again tomorrow. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. How about I make it tomorrow? No sleep for you, buddy. Daylight savings is still applied. Right? That's how that works? We're just robbing sleep from people? I don't know. Did you hear about the daylight savings? I did hear that daylight savings made a unanimous pass in the Senate to, like, we're going to switch to permanent savings. I haven't heard any updates on that since, but that's still exciting. I hate daylight savings. It's garbage and it helps nobody. Never mind. My mistake. Yeah, step right up. Jeez, your customer relations could use some work. You have confidence in your target shooting. Why don't you give this a shot? It's 50 rupees per game. Oh, so you're the little shrimp who thinks he's a target shooting hotshot, yeah? You say this knowing full well that we are pirates who are so frightening that crying babies shut their mouths when we step into the room? Ha, that should be funny. Fine then, hotshot. If you can manage to sink 5 pirate ships you see on the horizon, we'll acknowledge your skills with a cannon, you shrimpy little landlubber. However, we don't tolerate any comments about how the pirate ships look like barrels. You only get 10 shots. You heard me. If you could move your cannon with L and fire it with A, watch the water plumes carefully when you fire, yeah? You got it, shrimp? I got it. If you manage to sink all 5 pirate ships, we'll give you all the treasure we've stolen up till now. Good luck to you, shrimp. You'll need it, yeah? Alright, so the trick to this one is that the barrels always, like, there's the like, angle counter in the bottom right there. The barrels are always at a multiple of 5. So if you hit that, that was pretty far. It looked really far, and I think, yeah. Let's try that. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, alright. That one looks quite a bit farther. Let's go up to 35 on that one, I think. Yeah, okay, cool. This one I think is going to be 30? No, okay, 25 then? That one looked pretty close. Yeah. Okay, I only get one targeting shot. So I'm going to go up to 40... No, let's go up to 50. Because that looks really far away. Oh, yeah, that was good. Sweet. Wow, nice shooting. But we won't hand over our priceless treasure so easily, yeah? Miss, say miss. Oh, is this Tetra? Yeah. Kanto, you're at least an honorary member of my family, are you not? What? So act like it. Don't lose your head. What? Where did this come from? This is new pirate lore. He made this up, didn't he? You're talented, little kid. I like you. Yeah, he definitely made this up. As we promised, here's our treasure. It's yours, so take it. Yeah, Tetra took some warming up to us. She didn't just instantly like us. Sweet. Piece of heart. Nice job and all that. You can leave via the ladder behind you. Climb down in an orderly manner. I'm actually going to try it again and see if there's like a treasure chart or like rupees to be had. But if I'm just going to, cut it out because you've seen the game. But yeah, I'll show you the rewards if there are any. Haha, perfect game. Okay, sweet. Wait a second. Miss, etc. What do you want? Don't you know how to keep quiet, you scurvy dog? Oh, I was just wondering who was out here, and look at this, it's you again. Look at you with that adorably cute face of yours. I can't help but give away our treasure to you. It's yours, so take it. Okay, another treasure chart. Yeah. I imagine from here it's rupees, but I'm going to give it one more try. Okay, yeah, it was an orange rupee. So, I mean, I guess that means we effectively got those second 2 games for free. So that's cool. Where's the fish? It also means that we got a heart piece for basically 50 rupees. That's awesome. Found the fish man too while we're here. Spectacle Island. Yeah, you always gotta have Spectacle Rock in the Zelda games, don't you? Beware of the night when the crescent moon faces up. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting about the ghost ship. I'm pretty sure that's where the 3rd and final Triforce chart is. But We haven't run across it yet. Usually we'll have at least seen it once. But, I mean, I don't think we have. Or at least I haven't. Maybe you guys have, and I just didn't notice. Certainly didn't notice in editing, I'll tell you that much. Okay, this, I believe, is Paw Print Isle. In fact, I know this is Paw Print Isle. Familiar enough with this one. For some reason, Paw Print Isle is one of those that really sticks out in my mind, more so than most islands. I think it's just because it's a nice little place. There's quite a few things to do here. There's that weird little egg dome thing. It sounds like it's over here? No, maybe it's a little further up. There we go. Sweet. Great. That's awesome. So let's see. We're at 2 heart pieces and 3 more heart containers. So we have a total of 10 more scattered around places, I guess, if I've done my math right. Because there's 4 and 4 for the 2 whole ones, and then 2 more for the filling out this last heart piece that we're working on right now. So, cool, we're getting to the end now. But I would also bet that most of the remaining heart pieces are in treasure chart chests. So, that could be a little unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not talking about the sound you make when you kiss someone, I'm talking about choo-choos. Is that the sound you make when you kiss someone? If you say so. The slimy monster-like puddles of goo that turn into blobs of jelly stand up and then start jumping at you like crazy when you come near them. Well, in any case, there's lots of them on that island over there, so if you see any, I'd avoid them. They can get nasty. Now that I think about it, every once in a while I see the potion brew who lives on Windfall Island come here. Now, why would he do that, Fry? Probably because choo-choos are used to make potion. But merely speculation, that is. Is that tower in this square? I think it is, but I can't tell. I don't know. We'll find out later. I hope. I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now. I know myself too well. I'm gonna totally space out. Well, it's not even guarded with cannons, so I would wager that there's probably a trinket, if anything, in here. But we might as well do it anyway, just for completeness' sake. In fact, it's possible. We've already done this one. I don't know. I feel like there would at least be an open chest here. Hi. Bye. Okay, we did not do this one. Good to know. There's a normal old chest there, so it's probably... yeah, I think it's a trinket. I don't know what the actual term for them is, but I tend to think... oh, it's a red rupee. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Cut out the middleman, because I would just sell it for rupees anyway. But, like, that class of objects where it's like the joy pendants and the boko seeds and the knight's crests, all that stuff, that's just... that all falls into the category of trinkets in my mind. I saw that raft out there, but no submarine, apparently. In fact, we ought to talk to these the treasure divers here while I'm thinking about it. Oh, no! Come back. Like I said, we ought to talk to the treasure divers here. Boop. If you know anything about the legendary golden treasure, those triumph forks thingies, be sure to tell me. Keep this a well-guarded secret, bub. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay, well, I guess they're curious about the Triumph Forks as well. Which, no, you can't have them, they're mine. In fact, if there's a lot of choo-choos here, we're going to want our hammer. That's an interesting shaped tree. Oh, I need to... need to get in my boat. I did see the hole at the base of the funny-looking tree. Wow, is that too far? I guess it was. Incidentally, as far as the ghost ship goes, I'm not terribly worried about it. If nothing else, we'll just go there on... We'll go to whatever island it's at, eventually. It's just... I feel like we should have encountered it by now. Oh. I don't want that. I heard him... I heard him again. Dang it. No. It's fine. I don't care what they summon as long as we kill them. No! Nuts. Come on. Okay, the Wizards seem to be kind of attached to their one little pedestal. I imagine he's going to respawn in that same crook, yeah. Which means that they're probably the last Wizrobes as well. Come on, man. Oh no! Okay, well, I guess that also makes sense. Is all three at once. Crud. Wow, do arrows pierce the little choya balls? That's convenient, if so. Ah! It's weird. My aim just sort of jumped down. I don't know what those guys are actually called, but I can't help but think of choya balls whenever I see them. Have I talked about choya balls before? They're awful. I've been stuck by a choya ball. Like, imagine they're just like little balls of sewing needles. It's what they're basically like. And I think they're technically a kind of cactus, but the plant just drops these little balls on the ground that just like they just sit there and poke you in the feet, and they're incredibly painful, and they suck, and they're basically the reason why you shouldn't wear sandals in the Mojave Desert. And I had one get caught in my foot once, and it was really painful. Not only to have it in there, but also to try and pull it out. It's really... Like, it wasn't gory or anything. It just hurt a lot. I don't even think I bled very much. Like, that's how small the needles were. It was just like, they stick in you, but they didn't, at least they didn't draw blood on me. Moral of the story is avoid choya trees as much as you can. You know what? We haven't used the hurricane spin in a while. Sweet. Oh. I just noticed the rocks on here have little choo-choo faces on them. That's cute. I'm sure I noticed it in previous playthroughs, but I don't remember it. I don't really understand what this is supposed to be. Like, why? Oh, no! No! Oh, thank goodness. I guess it wouldn't have been a big deal if I had missed it, but... anyway, I don't understand what this weird, like, glowing egg thing is supposed to be. I don't... It's pretty unique, but... I don't know. Whatever. NBD. Pretty sure there's supposed to be a treasure chest here. Well, I figured there would be more choo-choos and they would eventually spawn a treasure chest, but that appears not to be the case. That's unfortunate, but there are still some side paths for us to explore. Assuming I can place bombs correctly. Better. There's a chest. Alright, works for me. Nope. Sweet. I still don't... Okay, I think... No? I guess the side swing is like... You have... You're targeting, you hold forward, and it's like on an entity of some kind? I have no idea. Maybe it's just a totally random chance. And there's really nothing I can do about it, but... I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, and there's another treasure chest over there. Sweet. Take that. Is it a treasure chart? I'll bet it's a treasure chart. No, it's a piece of heart. Excellent. Even better. Okay, and then there's this one little rock here. Whoops. Once again, I've fallen into the that's not how you place bombs in Wind Waker syndrome. This I think is just rupees. Like, this is 20 rupees, isn't it? I mean, effectively, but no. It's a joy pendant. Oh, hello. Welcome to die. Is this supposed to be like an ambush of some kind? What's going on here? Why didn't these guys show up a minute ago? Well, that appears to be everything. Okay. Well, that does appear to be everything here on Pauperant Isle, and I think that's probably a good place to call out an episode. On the next episode, I guess we'll continue our exploration. There's not a whole lot left. There's only 2 tiles that we don't have the fish for, and we'll just keep spiraling inward. At this rate, I think we'll have gotten all the tiles within maybe 2 or 3 episodes. So, yeah, looking forward to that. But in any case, that's looking too far into the future. On the next episode, we'll just keep cruising around, see what we can find. So until then, see you later.